Hey everybody, it is gerdam here from Private Practice Success. How are you going? I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. I my head is buzzing because I have just finished day one of the Private Practice Success Academy's 2-day business intensive. And I thought it was such an amazing experience. I at least need to come here and share one little piece of gold with you guys as well as the general PPS community, because you might not be in the academy now, but hopefully you'll join us one day. And there's so much for us to know as business owners in terms of how to build your very own ideal private practice. Hey Jody, thanks so much for joining me. If you are joining me live, guys, please say hi and hello in the comments so that I know that you are here. Hello, Mark. Good to have you here live with me as well. Excellent. So, yes, we did so many things today, but from everything considered, I thought, what is that one message that I want to share with the general PPS community? And that is the following: for you to have a successful private practice, however that looks like for you. And I guess if you're following me on Facebook, if you've read my book and you generally like what I've got to say, you are probably in the market for building, growing, expanding, whatever word you use, scaling your private practice, right? That is what I help people to do, is to build and grow their ideal private practice, often referred to, as well as in my book, as the level 5 private practice. Now, there's three essential things that you need to get right as a practice owner in order for you to do what you need to do to get to whatever your ultimate private practice looks like. So the first thing, of course, is you need to have a plan, right? We know how important it is to plan. And you not only need a plan, you need a plan that is right for your practice based on your current level of private practice development, and then based on what it is that you want to achieve in the next 12 months. Okay, so the plan for a level 1 and a level 2 private practice is going to be vastly different than a plan for level 3, 4, and 5 private practice. And 3, 4, and 5, each of them is going to have different plans. So it's all about knowing what is the right plan for you to achieve your specific goals. And again, if we don't have a plan, what happens? We just tend to be busy with everyday stuff. I have a lot of people that reach out to me telling me that, you know what, I've built up my practice to a really great place, but it's like I've hit this income glass ceiling, this glass ceiling of doesn't matter what I do, we can't grow, our revenue stays the same, our profit is the same. It's like, it's so frustrating, good. And it's been like that for the last couple of years, right? And that's because they don't have a plan and they don't have the right plan. Okay, and it's so important to make sure that you get your planning right, and of course that you do it. So ask yourself, do you have a plan? If not, you need to do something about it. The second thing then is, of course, you need the right resources to execute your plan. Hey Tim, great to have you here. So you need to have the right resources. So having a plan without the tools required to implement said plan is like, okay, now what? Well, I guess you can come up with the tools, resources, whatever that is. Maybe that's contracts, frameworks, policies, processes, procedures. Geez, that's going to take you how long to put all of that together? And I, for one, am not a believer in reinventing the wheel. So you need to have a way to access, good to know, Mark, to access those tools and resources easily in order to execute your plan within the time frame that you've set for yourself. And then the third important point, what you need is support, right? You need support. If I think back to my first couple of years in business as a private practice owner, it was extremely lonely, so lonely. I didn't know a lot of other practice owners. I didn't even know a lot of other business owners. I had to make all these difficult decisions just by myself. I had nobody to bounce ideas off from. It was just very isolating. And nerve-wracking, constantly second guessing myself, not knowing am I doing the right thing. So the one thing that I really want to encourage each and every one of you is to make sure that you have support around you. And if you don't have it, you need to create it. You need to build it. And I'm not just talking about support at home with friends and family from a social perspective. I'm talking about business support, right? Whether that's a great accountant, great bookkeeper, lawyer, maybe, depending on what type of work you're in, business coach and mentor, other practice owners, not just colleagues that work with you, but other business owners that gets it, that knows what it's like to try and build and run a business, because it's a different world. You do not know what it's like to run a practice and a business in general until you start doing it. Yes, we can imagine, we try our best, but it's often very different to what we think. I don't know about you, but when I went into private practice, my main motivation was straight after I had my second son. It was like, yes, I want to have more time off. I want to have greater flexibility. I want more control over my hours and times. And guess what happens when you work for yourself? You've got the worst boss ever. I worked harder than I'd ever worked before. I worked more than I ever worked before. And it's like, this is not why I went into business for myself. This does not make sense. Well, I've quickly changed that when the penny dropped that it does not have to be like this. So those are the three things that you need. You need the right plan for your level of business development. Then you need the tools, the resources in order to implement it effectively and as quickly as possible. I don't know about you, but I like to get results as fast as possible. I can be a bit impatient. And the third thing is you need to surround yourself with the right support structure. Okay, so you don't need to do this alone. You know what? It's actually so much more fun when you get to do it with others. And I guess, those three things is probably a major part of why people actually do join my Private Practice Success Academy, because when they join, we put a plan together for them. I give them all the tools, resources, everything that they need, whatever they need, I give them. And then they have the support of not only myself, but also our other PPSA coaches and mentors, and as well as everybody else in the group. I feel, after having spent the whole day with them, I'm reminded of what a blessing and privilege it is to be able to support such an amazing community of practice owners. And for me, just to see how they support one another and the growth that they are achieving is just, it's just beautiful. So I'm sitting here very, very happy with myself. I'm very happy with my academy and all the amazing practice owners that are in there. So if you are interested to join, if you've been thinking about it, I say now is the time. This is a really important gift that you can gift yourself, whether you gift it to yourself for Christmas or just because you deserve to have the support to get there faster, to get there in an easier way without making the mistakes. Um, you know, Having business support is so important. As clinicians, our first inclination is to book another clinical program, to book another 3-day clinical workshop, to pay another 5 grand, to learn another new clinical skill. And at the end of the day, you are already a great clinician. You know that. Yes, you want to keep your skills up, but you're already a great clinician. uh, what you need to work on is now becoming a great business owner. And if you can combine those two things, well, nothing can stop you then. So if you're ready to do that, do reach out. Email me at gerdam at private-practice-success.com. You will speak to me directly and let's have a chat. Let's see whether the academy is the vehicle and the right fit to help you get to your very own ultimate level 5 private practice. I'm going to love and leave you. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll speak to you soon. As remember, as always, I'm here to help you build a private practice you can't stop smiling about. Until then, bye for now.